coming. Luka's coming! The Mavs tie the series up. Come on. What is up? I don't know about you, but I am flying high tonight. What time is it in Central Standard Time? It's 12:15 on the dot. And our Dallas Mavericks show the guts and the determination and the force that they lacked a bit in the first half of game one, especially in that second quarter. 96-93, the Mavs defeat the Los Angeles Clippers. Sometimes it felt like the game was 5-on-8, didn't it? Woo! I guess that's just what happens when you have James Harden on your team. The refs just get all foggy-eyed and can't see clearly, and they fall for the dumbest of tricks. But that's not the story we're riding with tonight. We're not going to cry. We're not going to complain. We're going to cheer. We're going to celebrate because Luka Doncic reminded the world who he is tonight. And Kyrie Irving stepped up. We knew they would. We believed they would. And they reminded us that they are who we thought they were. Right? So this is a game of incredible defensive intensity. Just absolute defense being played by both teams. Not an inch wanting to be given. Very few defensive breakdowns compared to a lot of games that we've seen so far in the playoffs. The Mavs, though, come out on top because they can execute. Once again, they can execute because they have two Lamborghinis on the roster that can pull off shots, that can get into the paint, that can make the right pass, and that they're showing you tonight, they're reminding the world tonight that when they want to, they can get locked in, especially, I would say, Luka Doncic. He can get locked in. There was several plays where he shut down Harden. He shut down Kawhi. Now, not 100% Kawhi. We all understand that, right? But where the defense was just so good. The offense was somewhat lacking. I don't want to take up much of your time tonight. I know it's late, but I'm still flying. I just had to jump on here. I know some of the bigger channels, they take a little while. They got to make their phone calls. They got to send out their links. They got to get their graphics. I'm a little quicker on the trigger tonight, so we're going to jump in. We're not going to take too much of your time. Let's just talk some numbers. Let's talk about that box. So we got the Mavs 93, Mavs 96 to the Clippers 93. Mavs only shot 42% from the field, but also shot 42% from three. So that is a huge part of the difference. And a lot of those threes seem to show up in the fourth quarter tonight. So the Mavs, after a just atrocious shooting performance in game one, came back and didn't, blow the doors off the hinges or anything like that, but at least shot a really nice percentage from three. Luka Doncic, where you see his stats right there. Listen, I just want to jump into it. Let's just get into it, right? I'm not going to take up time tonight. Let's just get into the stuff that counts. Luka played all but 3 minutes of the game. He played all but 2 minutes and a few seconds. The young dog is laying it all out there. Do you appreciate what he's doing? Do you appreciate that he is sacrificing his body? He is out there. He's locked in on both ends tonight. He looked like the MVP tonight. I don't know about you, but he looked like the MVP to me. Absolutely boss performance. Not because Not because the shot was falling all night. No. But because he was locked in. He never hung his head. He kept battling. He kept scrapping. He kept getting into the paint. I love what they started doing more in the second half. They started posting him up again and forcing the two-way game between him and Kyrie. Oh, Jason Kidd, let's just remember how effective that two-man game is. Let's pick on Harden. Let's pick on, honestly, any defender they throw at us. If you've got Luka in the post and Kyrie on the wing, you've got some awesome things that could be happening. Not to mention the open three-point shooters that you could have on the opposite corner, right? Luka playing 45 minutes, 32 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. I'm not even sure these numbers are as impressive as his first, as the numbers from game 1. But the game, if you watched it, was so much more impressive. Not only does he score his points, not even great efficiency tonight. 5 for 14 from 3, 11 from 26 overall from the field. Did hit 5 of 6 of his free throws. That's nice. But it was the defensive intensity. It was the fact that he was never screaming at his teammates in a way that wasn't to motivate or inspire. Like in game 1, there were times where he was just barking to bark. And you're like, man, that's not good leadership. Tonight, no. Tonight we got leader Luka. Tonight we got MVP Luka. Tonight we got the Luka that we all know him to be. And we got, I haven't heard anyone say this yet. We got playoff Luka defensive focus tonight, didn't we? We got that Luka who's locked in on the man in front of him. We got that Luka whose eyes are always around, looking for the ball, always looking to make a play. Man, there was a couple plays where he just locked Kawhi. You know, maybe Kawhi at 82% or something like that. I don't know, but still, he pushed Kawhi into a corner, and Kawhi just had to throw up junk shots. I love that from Luka tonight. Big, gutsy performance from the MVP of the league. I wasn't doubting him. Were you? Oh, man, the national talking heads, they love to doubt Luka Doncic. They love to rag on him. They love to besmirch his character. No. Just watch the dang games, Chuck. Just watch the dang games. Kyrie Irving, 41 minutes for the diminutive guard out of Duke. 41 minutes from Kyrie. Might as well play the whole game. Absolute turnaround from the first half. Still didn't get enough looks. I think he only had 6 or 7 looks. 6 or 7 looks in the first half, but he made up for it by getting some shots in the second half. Only 8 of 18. But 4 of 8 from 3, hit 3 of 4 free throws. You want him to make all 4, of course, because you know he's taking the clutch free throws. Not a spectacular statistical game from Kyrie, but he was in the game. Yeah, I was going to say, I wanted to see this. I hadn't looked it up. Yeah, he had 3 turnovers. You know, Kyrie, for someone you think has the ball on a string like the Grand Wizard himself or something, right? Like a yo-yo master. Like he will occasionally have these little moments where I think he's trying to do just a little bit too much and the ball squirts away from him, right? Just gets away from him. And he had a couple of those moments tonight, and you could see him kind of like going, I was trying to do too much right there. I should have made the simple play. But still, such a nice game from Kyrie. This is what we need. He didn't have to go off and score 42 points or something crazy. He just had to stay in the flow. He had to stay the threat offensively that he is. He missed 2 or 3 shots in the fourth quarter tonight that if he makes just half of them, that the game's not even close, right? And they were shots he will normally make. I'm thinking of a couple shots along the baseline where he drove from the top down to the baseline, beat his man, and had the right hand float shot that he just, I bet he shoots that shot about 65% effectively. Like he drills that shot within, 6 to 8 feet from the cup, and he missed it back-to-back times in the fourth. So like, it wasn't Kyrie's best game, but it was a good game. He played a team game tonight, and you gotta love that, while also exerting himself in the second half as he loves to do. Oh, do you know who we love to hate? Do you know who popular Twitter people love to hate? They love to hate Mr. PJ Washington. Now, did PJ have some pretty ugly misses in the first couple quarters? Yeah, he did. He did. In the first half, he missed a couple easy buckets. But do you know who showed up in the fourth quarter tonight? PJ Washington wasn't scared. He was catching that ball, and he was ripping it. I think he had two made threes, at least 2 in the fourth quarter, maybe 3. He was 3 for 4 from 3 tonight, made half his shots, 5 for 10. So with all the crying of, you can't make a shot, he ended up shooting 50% from the field and shooting 75% from 3. 2 blocks. Now, he got those very early in the game, but a steal, 6 rebounds, and 18 points in 35 minutes from PJ Washington. Every single one of us should be doing a little bit of this for PJ Washington. We're not worthy. He showed up. What, in only his second playoff game in his career, right? In only his second playoff game in his career, he showed what he's made of. Can I just say, can we all just agree? Can we all just agree that this is an overused expression? He got that dog in him, or that dude's a dog. Can we just acknowledge it's overused? Yes, we all acknowledge it. PJ Washington got that dog in him, y'all. That dude's a dog. Dude, he's not going to back down from anybody. He will stand up, 10 toes up. He will look you in the eye as a man. He is ready for the challenge. Now, he's not a sniper. He's not an elite shooter, anything like that. But tonight, he stepped up. Defensive intensity, he will always bring it. At least that's what he showed the Mavs. He will always bring that defensive intensity. And man, I loved him making those shots. And I love that he made them. Of course, that's the most important thing. But I love that he took them. I think Maxey made a big three tonight too. He's not going to be on the graphics here, but Maxey hit a big three tonight in the fourth as well. And you know who I love to talk about? Daniel Gafford is dinged up. Daniel Gafford has looked really bad in these first two games. He was injured and didn't come back into the game, or came back and still didn't do much. But I love the young GOAT. I love DLive. I love Derek Lively II. Played 20 minutes, 7 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist. Didn't get credit with a block. I thought he had one for sure in there. Hit only half of his free throws. He's got to work there. Before the whole 3-point experiment takes off for DLive, let's just get him to be at least a decent free throw shooter, right? I know those two things often go hand in hand. He's got the touch. We know he can be a solid free throw shooter. He just doesn't have it in his bag just yet. Next season, he needs to come in shooting at least 70%, right? That's not too much to ask. But man, this guy can defend. This is something I was not expecting to say coming into this series. I love watching DLive guard Harden. Like, he's just got it. He knows that his length and his size gives him an advantage, and he just basically stands on his left arm and goes like, would you like to go right? Would you like to go right? Because I'm long enough to trouble your left hand when you go right. Because I know you're not going to put it up with that right hand. You may a layup, yeah, but not a shot. So I'll just sit here on your left hand, former MVP of the league. Let's see what you do. And someone, I was commenting on this on Twitter X tonight, and someone was like, why doesn't everyone do this to him? Why doesn't everyone just sit on his left? And it's because he's tricky. It's because he's a fantastic ball handler. It's because he somehow mesmerizes the refs to sleep and baits them into the cheapest calls. He had another unbelievably cheap call on a 3-point shot tonight, which Jason Kidd didn't challenge. You're just like, Jason. Man, he won that huge challenge there on the Kawhi and one, right? He won the challenge there, which is awesome. The refs gave Kyrie Irving the benefit of a call. It's just like shocking, right? Shocking. I thought it was the right call, but I didn't know if there was enough evidence on the shots that I was seeing to overturn it. I thought it was the right call, the challenge, but I didn't know if there was going to be enough to overturn. But they did. So props to the refs, who seem to be not necessarily in our corner much of the night. They called the right call there. They made their fair call, and they gave the benefit of the doubt to Kyrie Irving there, because it did look like he got ball. But man, I just love watching this kid defend. Now he's raw. The ball squirts out of his hand sometimes. I get it. He's just turned 20, guys. He just turned 20. He's just turned 20, and he's already effectively guarding James Harden out beyond the 3-point line. And you're just like, what is this kid going to become? I know the comp has been Tyson Chandler. I know that's the comp. I get all the measurable comparisons. I get it. That's an admirable comp. That's a good one. He's more. He's more, guys. He's more. In time, he is going to show us that he is going to be even more. What's up, hella good? We got a defensive player of the year, Luka, tonight. Yes, we did. Where did that dude come from? Oh, he just checked and saw that it was playoff time, hella good. He just, the playoffs are here? I'm locking in. He wasn't bad in game one, but tonight he was stellar. He was so focused, so locked in tonight on the defensive end. I'm actually as excited as I was to see those threes drop and the offense kind of look good, or not a few plays where the offense looked good between him and Kyrie, because the offense was not very good tonight. I was more excited about the defensive end. You guys probably were too. Seeing our MVP play defense It's just exciting, man. Helligood also says Kyrie also had some big defensive plays. Yeah, he really did. He really did. Kyrie is sneaky, man. He will absolutely get in there. All right, so DLive, I thought he filled admirably in, especially on the defensive end for Gafford, where I've always been saying, I think DLive is the superior defender to Gafford right now. I think he's more disciplined. Obviously, I think he has much greater length. I just think he's a better defender. I think he sees defense better. I don't think he bites for as many head fakes. He doesn't wild out and go for some crazy blocks, leaving his man open to get offensive rebounds. Like, I really love Lively as a defender. Now, to be fair, Gafford is the better offensive player right now. Right now. But he has not shown it so far. All right, so one more Mavs player we'll talk about tonight. Derrick Jones Jr., after scoring 0 points, no points, nil, nada, nothing, zilch in game 1, he has himself a game here. He has himself a playoff performance. 10.7 rebounds and a block in 32 minutes of action, right? He missed his 3, that's okay. He was still 4 for 6 from the field. You got to love with this guy. If he can just make a few shots, I kind of just want to whisper in his ear, I know they're telling you to pull those 3s, Derrick. But let's attack the rim a couple times. Let's attack the rim before we start pulling 3s. Let's get the juices flowing, man, right? Get you into the offensive side of the game. And nothing gets him into the game, it would seem, like attacking the rim, right? Just get in there, take some contact, do some acrobatic stuff that you do, man. Get in there, attack the cup, get in there. And that's what he was doing tonight. No 3s, but still put up 10.7 rebounds, playing some solid defense tonight. All right, so I asked you guys, I asked y'all, what are you thinking? What you feeling after that game? Let's see here. What were y'all thinking and feeling? Let me see. Where are we? There we are. Okay, so let's see what you guys are saying. My man, KG Vet. KG Veteran, that's a great follow, guys. If you're not following KG, he is a knowledgeable Mavs fan. Go give him a follow. You will not be sorry that you did. You'll be happy about it. Feeling great. Thinking I'm going to be tired tomorrow. I'm forget that, man. Yeah, I'll be tired tomorrow. Sure. But I'm feeling great. Feeling good right now. Absolutely, KG. Underdog coming in. Another great follow. DM_underdog. Game. He called game. That's right. Prince going to bring the Mavs those wins. DF says, for the most part, the defense has been fantastic. Yeah, outside of the first quarter of game 1, the defense has been exceptionally good. The offense still needs some work, but man, I really like our chances in this series. Yeah, especially if Kawhi is never at 100%. Yeah, I really do. And even if Kawhi's 100%, I picked the Mavs in 6 or 7 games. So I'm going to stick with that prediction. But yeah, the defense has been exceptional. DF, you are right. Segson says PJ hitting some shots in the fourth was key. Huge shots. Luka trusting him, right? Kyrie trusting him. He hit those shots. When we get that third guy on offense, we can win every game. Defense is good, and Luka and Kyrie will always get their points. Also, Luka, Defensive Player of the Year next season. All right. Christian says, winning this kind of game is just amazing. We gave them the lead. Yeah, we did. We held it. It felt like most of the game, and we gave it up there for a couple minutes. Then we snatched their soul. That Luka maneuver, that snatching that soul. At home now. That's right. Let's get our offense going. Remember, support players always play better at home. And that's the historical trend. Support players hit shots at home at a higher rate than they do on the road. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go get a few more wins. Let's go sweep these 2 at home. Can I just let's do that, all right? Let's do it. Luka MVP. That was very 80s basketball, 80s and 90s ball. That's right. And somehow we won. Feeling optimistic. He's got the optimism meter rising. Yes, absolutely. Caesar says going back to Dallas 1-1 can't be mad. That's all we could have. I mean, we could have been real greedy, right? But we can still push for the gentleman's sweep. Let's do it. Heck yeah. The Catalan Maverick. Is Dwight Powell the answer at C? What are we talking about here? You got the jokes, my guy. Barbender, hard fought win. Heck yes. Donkey Siege. That's just an amazing name. Donkey Siege. Maxi Kleber D was ridiculous this game. Maxi has been great on D the last 15, 20 games. It's offense, right? He's got to add something on the other end of the court because defensively, he's always or almost always going to give it to you. He's almost always going to give you something, right? He's almost always going to be a plus defender. His switchability, man, he's just a great team player. He's a great help side defender. I love what Maxey does defensively. Tonight, he hit a couple looks. Tonight, he hit a big three. That was huge. Tarpley for president. Man, respect. Tarpley, Roy Tarpley, one of our original Mavs greats. Never lived up to his potential because he was a haunted man. I'm feeling and thinking my blood pressure meds. Yeah, those tight playoff games will get your blood pumping, won't they? Joe Mama, what's up, Joe Mama? Let's go. Yeah. What Dirk said. Oh, I missed Dirk. Did Dirk say something? I missed it. I didn't see. He probably tweeted after the game. Zach, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted too, Zach, but I'm flying. I'm flying, man. Yusuf, Mavs in 5. Yes, Mavs in 5. Let's see. Do we have? Yeah, okay. All right. Well, I told you guys that I wouldn't keep you long. The Suns lose. They go down 0-2 to the Wolves. Gotta love that. The Pacers win. They tie up that series 1-1. And our beloved Mavericks. Low-scoring affair, but I'll take it, man. I'm not going to style point a win in the playoffs. 96-93, a road win. Tying up the series 1-1. Feeling fine. Feeling good. Sherwin says, I think PJ will be our version of Aaron Gordon. Love the pickup. Ooh. Oh, Sherwin, those are some big dreams. I'm not sure that PJ can't fill those shoes, though. If we get that shot looking good and figure his game out even better, I don't think he's scared. I don't think he's scared of the moment. He has looked awesome. All right, guys, I promised I wouldn't take up too much of your time tonight. The Mavs even up the series. They're coming back to Big D with the series tied 1-1. Whew! I bet like you, I am feeling real dang good. Go Mavs!